Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to the latest news, rumors, and discussion on the Nintendo NX, and I have a brand new series for you guys called Nintendo NX, the Ultimate Launch, where it will be a multi-part series where I'll be talking about many different things from the marketing, the name, launch aspects, everything going down the board. But this show is really based on the feedback that I get from you guys and what you want me to talk about next. So please, in the comment section below, after you're done listening to this, let me know what you want as far as the next episode of the Nintendo NX, the Ultimate Launch. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about, and I will do that on the next episode. Please use the upvote actions down in the comment section just so I can get a better idea of what people are feeling as far as what they want me to talk about. But let's go ahead and get right into it here. So, marketing. This is one of the biggest things that many hardcore Nintendo fans, from the people who bought the system, feel that Nintendo did wrong the most. I personally don't feel that way, but marketing is indeed important. We heard about the rumors from EA that they wanted Nintendo to be more aggressive as far as marketing their own sports games and things along that, and as far as having the apps like the MLB and WWE Network and other sports apps, ESPN, that their consumers, as far as EA consumers want. We don't know if that's 100% true or not, but I would not be surprised if that was true, considering how EA is with Microsoft and Sony. And yes, marketing is very important, not only online marketing, but also apps, interconnectivity. All that stuff is very important, and the Nintendo NX needs to establish that they are going after that same base of people who have Microsoft and Sony systems. They need to advertise on ESPN. They need to advertise on major sporting networks. They need to make sure that they advertise on all of that. NBA, it needs to definitely be there. They can take the money that they usually put into making mini game collections and put that into actually advertising their system and core games. So I do think that there is, one, money available there to do that, and two, that they definitely need to advertise to that audience, just because the casual gamers are pretty much gone. Mini game collection casual gamers are gone. You need to shift your attention to the hardcore gamers and the casual gamers who play sports games and things like that. Those are the market that you need to shift your attention to, because the mini game collection well has run out. You need to make sure that you advertise to those other type of gamers and you get them on board with your system, at least knowing what the heck it is. Now, as far as the type of advertising, I do think that they need to go back to the GameCube style. The GameCube had a really good launch advertising campaign, in my opinion. I think that it really hit the core aspects of just being a gamer. I loved the cube. I liked all the different stuff that happened within that cube. It kind of showed like, okay, the system is going to be powerful, it's going to be diverse, there's going to be a lot of different things you can do, and the GameCube had a fantastic launch for the most part. It was just later where Nintendo just didn't want to accept online. When online started becoming prevalent in gaming, Nintendo was like, oh, well, people don't want to play games online. That's what Nintendo said. People don't want to play games online. They want to play single player games. They want to play with their friends inside of a room. And I think that really screwed over Nintendo as far as getting online support on their system. And also the GameCube wasn't necessarily built for online. There was barely any game. Phantasy Star Online was amazing though. That was pretty much Sega's own stuff that they had with the Dreamcast though. But moving on, Nintendo just needs to make sure that they really advertise this system like they did with the GameCube, which was a system for dedicated gamers, and I think that they're going to be okay. The name is going to be very important. The marketing and the name, those go hand in hand. The Wii U, from what everybody says, it's a horrible name. I can understand that. I think it was more of the content was not as good at launch. But yes, I understand. But one thing that I don't like, or at least I didn't like about the Wii U, is that a whole generation, pretty much for this whole gen, these last two gens actually, since 2005, 2006, kids have grown up thinking that this is what Nintendo is about. Wii U and Wii. This is Nintendo, and that is not good, guys. That is definitely not good, and that's why you have a lot of these people that are coming out and saying, oh, well, Nintendo NX is going to fail right off the bat because of the bad generations or gens Nintendo has had with this whole Wii thing. Nintendo really needs to get back to saying this is Nintendo. This is not the Wii. They need to get back. They need to harken back to the old Super Nintendo days and the N64 and the GameCube, back when they were known for being Nintendo first, not Wii, because this Wii thing has damaged their reputation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Wii name has damaged their reputation, not beyond repair like some people are saying, but it's damaged their reputation to the point to where people won't touch a thing called Wii. They will not touch anything Nintendo makes from saying Wii. So they need to make sure that it's called Nintendo something. I don't care whatever it comes after Nintendo, but it needs to be Nintendo something that has nothing to do with Wii. That has nothing to do with Wii. It needs to be a functional name, it needs to be an easy name, and it needs to be a name that rolls off the tongue, like Xbox One, like PS4. Who cares if those names are boring? It makes sense and it's easy. Do not give people the opportunity to be confused. Please do not give people the opportunity to be confused with your past systems or any systems that you've made beforehand. And please get that Wii marketing, get that Wii name out of here. Take Barry Bonds in his prime and home run slug that crap out of here. I don't want to hear any more of that. I don't want to see any type of Wii type games on the next Nintendo system, Nintendo NX. Please, for marketing's sake, I think that is the best thing to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to move on to price, because price is very important as well. This system is going to be competing against a lot of different competition, guys. You got PS Vitas, you got Xbox Ones, you got PS4s, you got VR, you've got all this stuff that's going to be out. You've got mobile phones that have pretty much experiences like consoles. Heck, you can strap a freaking virtual reality device to a Samsung Galaxy Edge and play games that actually look really good. I experienced it at my sister's house the other day, and it was actually pretty fun. So they have so much competition. Price is going to be very important. Functionality is going to be very important, but I think the sweet spot for this system is $299. Now, Shigeru Miyamoto did say that they got the Wii U up to a price that they really didn't want to get it to, and the reason why it was that price was because of the extra peripheral that was included in the system. Yes, the peripheral that is the Wii U gamepad is not a main 100% need to use controller. The functionality is not used in every single game, therefore people saw it as a peripheral. And from what Shigeru Miyamoto has said is that the system costs $100 more because of the gamepad, because he said that if the PS4 and Xbox One had a gamepad, they would be $100 more. So that tacked on $100 onto the price of the Wii U. Not very good. Not very good at all. They need to make sure that the Nintendo NX, like it or not, comes with a normal standard controller, guys. I understand that might not be exciting to some of you guys. I understand you guys sometimes like that stuff inside there as far as the extra weird things that Nintendo does and quirky things, but unfortunately that is not the standard in the gaming industry at this point, and gamers have clearly shown that they do not want that with the Wii U. The Wii U has a quirky, gimmicky controller that says, hey, look at me, it's completely different. And what happened? They got bodied. So Nintendo needs to make sure that they have a standard controller in the Nintendo NX, and any of that other stuff that you want to sell, quirky gimmicks, things like that, just sell them separately. Just sell them separately. What if Sony said, hey, we're going to put the PlayStation Move as a standard controller? No, that's not going to work for their fan base. Their fan base would riot. It would seriously riot. And when Xbox forced the Kinect down people's throats with the Xbox One, their fan base rioted. They said, we don't want this Kinect inside there. Make it optional like you did before. So Nintendo, the smart thing to do as far as keeping the price of the system lower and also making sure that people are happy with the standard base package is making sure they have a normal controller. And if you have something else that you want to do like a gamepad, just do that on the side. Do that as a peripheral. Because like I said with the Wii U, pretty much the games that used it, as far as the games that actually used it intelligently, those were all very few and far in between. So it's more of a peripheral than it is a main controller. Make the system price a little bit lower and do the extra stuff as far as the innovative or quirky different types of things. Just do that separately. It's always worked for Nintendo before. Like with the Super Nintendo, they had like the, what was it, the Super Scope. They had like the Duck Hunt Blaster. All that stuff was usually sold separately. Sometimes you got them in packages, but it wasn't the main controller. The main controller has always been the NES controller or the Super NES controller. Keep it simple, keep it clean, and really just focus on making sure that the games are amazing and making sure that the games take advantage of the hardware and the games are innovative based on the actual game itself, that you don't necessarily need some type of device or some type of weird controller in order to try to breathe innovation into something. I'm not a huge believer of that, guys. I'm a believer of games being innovative on their own, and in my opinion, Nintendo makes fantastic, innovative games that necessarily do not need certain control schemes or devices in order for them to be fun or innovative. That's just my opinion on the matter. So the expensive gimmicks and weird controllers and stuff like that need to be sold separately in order to make sure that this price is good and everyone is happy with the base package of the system. That is basically it for the first part of my Nintendo NX Ultimate launch. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next, and I will go in depth into those topics and subjects. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything on Nintendo and the NX. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.